Hello, Robyn here from Palmerston North City Libraries, Books and Home. So I thought we'd have a quick chat about local history. Now up on our second floor we've got quite an extensive collection of local history publications, and they cover topics such as the various churches in town and schools, outlying areas like Ashurst and Woodville. A lot of the service groups in town have their own anniversary publications and that sort of thing. There's topics such as the police and trains. But I thought I'd show you my favourite local history book, and it's this one here by Peter Leyland, and it's called Roaming Around in My Mind. Now this was published in 2011, and Peter, who's just a lovely old man, his very much a gentleman, his nephew John had been on at him for a long time to write down all his stories, because you see a lot over 100 years. And Peter explained to John that I'm a talker. Some would say I'm a bit of a windbag, a gas bag in fact. People have suggested I write down my stories, but it's a bit late for that, and I'm not much good at writing. So John said, you talk and I'll write. The deal was done, and the result is this book. So John, who refers to himself as a scribe, he was in Auckland, and over a course of many months he would ring Peter, and as Peter was regaling him with stories, John would be just jotting them down, which makes this book quite unusual, because instead of chapters you have stories that are numbered, like that one, the Harriet puzzle, and there's other stories which have headings like Percy Coleman, which is going to be about motorbikes, shooting trout, which apparently was done off the rail bridge over the Awapuni Lagoon. There's war service stories, elephant in Main Street. There's one chapter called Rexona, Epsom salts and sulphur. You need to go and read that for yourself. The book review, which is provided by Anthony Lewis, a former manager of Palmerston North City Libraries. This book is deliciously filled with Peter's quirky stories and reminiscences. It provides a wonderful account of our local history over many, many decades. Peter Leyland has the distinction of being Palmerston North's oldest continuous library patron, joining our public library as a 10-year-old more than 90 years ago. Our librarians speak of Peter with great warmth. He's respected as a perfect gentleman with a very, very sharp mind, which, judging by this book, seems to mature with age. So I thoroughly recommend a read, and some of my favourite stories in here are the ones of Dr. Peach, creating firewood with gelignite, and the warning of the perils of unnecessary honesty in marriage. So pop up to the second floor and have a fossick, see what you think. See you.